All right, welcome. This one's for anybody out there who's ever sat down to study, full of great intentions, only to find your mind has, completely checked out. If that's you, then you are in exactly the right place.
You know the feeling, right? You open your book, you read maybe a sentence or two, and then poof! Suddenly you're replaying a conversation from yesterday. Or you're thinking about what you're going to have for dinner. Or maybe you're just staring at the wall. It's so frustrating. It feels like you're in a fight with your own brain.
And it can feel exactly like this quote says, we just jump into that stream of thoughts and we just flow down. And look, you're not alone in that feeling. Not at all. It's a totally normal human thing. Our brains are wired to wander. The real trick isn't stopping the river of thoughts. It's learning how not to dive in headfirst. But here's the good news, the really good news. While your mind wandering off is normal, it doesn't have to run the show. You are not powerless here. You can actually learn to notice that stream of thoughts, take a step back, and gently pull your focus back to where you want it.
Okay, so here's the game plan. We're going to talk about why distraction is such a common problem, and then I'm going to give you count 'em, four simple, proven tips to build your very own focus toolkit.
All right, let's dive into tip number 1. Write down your thoughts. Seriously, you can't fix a problem if you don't really know what it is, right? The whole idea here is to take those invisible, fleeting thoughts and make them visible. And look, the process itself couldn't be easier. The second you notice your mind has wandered, don't beat yourself up about it. Just grab a pen and some paper and write down whatever it was. So if you suddenly started thinking about food, you just write, I got distracted thinking about biryani. That's it. You've caught it. Now, here's where the magic happens. When you do this over and over, you're not just writing down random thoughts. You're actually collecting data on yourself. And you'll probably find that it's not a million different things pulling you away. It's usually just a few key thoughts that keep showing up. Once you see that pattern, then you can start to deal with it. Okay, which brings us perfectly to tip number 2. Remove your triggers. Now that you know what's distracting you, it's time to be proactive. This is where you get to be brave and really take control of your environment. So check this out. There's a really important difference between a trigger and a distraction. Think about it. Your phone pings. That's just a trigger. It's neutral. It only becomes a distraction when you give it power by actually picking it up and looking. And that means you gotta get tough. Sometimes just trying to will yourself to ignore it doesn't work. You have to be, as our source says, brave enough to just physically remove the thing. If your phone is the problem, don't just put it on silent, put it in another room. Close the laptop if you only need the textbook. You have to take control of your space. All right, on to tip number 3. And this one goes against everything you've probably been told about studying. Forget those marathon all-night study sessions. It turns out our brains just aren't really built for that kind of focus for hours and hours on end. See, the secret isn't about how long you study, it's about how focused you are. And there's a magic number for that perfect focused interval. And that number is 25. 25 minutes. It's short enough that you can stay completely dialed in, but long enough to actually get something done. The whole system is super simple. You set a timer for 25 minutes. No phone, no extra tabs, just pure focus on the task. When the timer dings, you stop. You take a short 5-minute break. Get up, walk around, grab some water, then you come back, hit refresh, and do it all over again. Okay, this brings us to tip number 4. And honestly, this might be the most important one of all. It's a pre-study meditation. Instead of just diving into your work with a brain that's all over the place, you take a couple of minutes beforehand to intentionally settle it down. And don't worry, this isn't some complicated thing. We're talking about a super simple breathing meditation. You just sit down, close your eyes, and focus your attention on your breath. The feeling of the air coming in, and the feeling of it going out. That's it. It's like a warm-up for your brain, calming everything down so you're actually ready to learn. So there you have it. That's your complete toolkit for focus. Let's do a quick recap of these simple but super powerful strategies that you can start using, like right now. So, just to put it all together, you write down your thoughts to see what they are. You bravely remove the triggers. You study in short, focused 25-minute bursts, and you start each session with a simple breathing meditation. The thing to remember is, focus isn't something you're born with. It's a skill. And these 4 things, this is how you build that skill. So now you know the what and the how. The only thing left is the do. So I'll leave you with this question. What's the one distraction, that one thing, that you're going to conquer first? Get after it.